Hitherto in the study of mechanisms of sex determination, I said about two patterns of sex determination. One, XXXO type. Another, XXXY type. Now, I was referring to this type of sex determining mechanism, XXXY type, operates in mammals including man and in most of the insects including Drosophila. Now, yesterday I said about this mechanism in man or human, where female is homogametic and male is heterogametic, and the sex of the offspring is determined at the time of fertilization, and it is the sperm carrying Y chromosome when fuses with the egg carrying X chromosome will form the offspring with male sex, and the sperm carrying X chromosome fertilizes the egg with X chromosome. The offspring will get XX sex chromosomes and it will become female. Now, similar type of mechanism exists in most of the insects, including, I said, Drosophila. Now, Drosophila, as I said repeatedly before, it is an excellent material for genetic study and genetic research. And T.H. Morgan did a lot of genetic work on this fly, Drosophila, commonly called the fruit fly. In fruit fly, the sexes are separate. Male and female Drosophila are different. Now here, female Drosophila has two X chromosomes and male Drosophila has one X chromosome and one Y chromosome. Now in Drosophila, diploid number is 8. There are 8 chromosomes. Out of these 8 chromosomes, 6 are autosomes and 2 are sex chromosomes. There are 6 autosomes with 2 X chromosomes. Then the sex of the fly will be female. And 6 autosomes and 1 X chromosome and 1 Y chromosome makes the fly to become male. Now this female has 6 autosomes and 2 X chromosomes. Now these are the 2 X chromosomes of the female. Whereas the male, it has 1 sex chromosome similar to the X chromosome of the female. So therefore it is also called X chromosome. But another chromosome that forms a pair with this X chromosome, it is dissimilar. It has a curved part at one end, and this is the Y chromosome. So in Drosophila, XX makes a fly to become female and XY makes it to become male. Now this female Drosophila produces eggs, and these eggs carry out of 6 autosomes 3 and out of 2 X chromosomes 1. So here the eggs will have half the number of chromosomes, that is 4. So here the male produces male gametes, namely sperms. Now here the sperms produced, there are 2 types. Half of the sperms will carry 3 autosomes and 1 X chromosome. And I said here, such type of sperms carrying X chromosome, they are called gymnosperms. The other half of the sperms will have 3 autosomes and 1 Y chromosome. Now I said such type of sperms are called androsperms. Now when the egg is fertilized by the gymnosperm, then the offspring will get 6 autosomes and 2 X chromosomes. Very much like this. So therefore, this offspring will become female. And if the egg is fertilized by this type of sperm, the offspring will get 6 autosomes, 1 X chromosome and 1 Y chromosome. So now here, sex of this fly is very much like this one. So this becomes male. So this is the sex determining mechanism among Drosophila, that is the common fruit fly. Now just like in human, just like in man, in Drosophila also, female produces similar type of eggs. Hence, here also female is homogametic, having a pair of identical sex chromosomes. Now here, homomorphic sex chromosomes, whereas the male has a pair of dissimilar sex chromosomes. That is, sex chromosomes in the case of male, they are again heteromorphic and producing 2 different types of gametes, and hence here the male fly, it has a pair of heteromorphic sex chromosomes and it is heterogametic. So here female is homomorphic sex chromosomes and it is homogametic, whereas male it has heteromorphic sex chromosomes and it is heterogametic. So these are the 2 popular illustrations to illustrate this type of sex determining mechanism called XXXY type. Now third type of mechanism, sex determining mechanism, it is ZW, ZZ type. ZW, ZZ type. Now this type of mechanism of sex determination, it operates among most of the vertebrates. This type of sex determining mechanism is operational in most of the vertebrates, such as fishes, reptiles, and birds. In these vertebrates, the sex determining mechanism is ZWZZ type. Now in this case, the females have heteromorphic sex chromosomes, that is dissimilar sex chromosomes, And here the sex chromosomal pair are denoted as Z and W. Z and W, these are the two sex chromosomes here. So here, instead of X and Y, alphabets are being used to denote the sex chromosomes in the previous mechanisms. To avoid confusion, here the sex chromosomes are being denoted by the alphabets Z and W. So here, instead of X and Y, here it is Z and W. So what are these two, Z and W? These are the two sex chromosomes. Now here the female, it has a pair of sex chromosomes which are dissimilar. And the sex chromosomes here, they are heteromorphic, denoted as Z and W. And hence here, the female is ZW. So female is denoted as ZW. Now here the condition is exactly converse. Now in the earlier type, it is the male which has heteromorphic sex chromosomes, but in this type, the female has heteromorphic sex chromosomes, and hence here the female is denoted as ZW. While the male has a pair of identical sex chromosomes, and hence here the sex chromosomes in the case of male, they are homomorphic. It has a pair of sex chromosomes which are similar. So the female here, it is denoted as ZZ. So female is ZW and male is ZZ. Now here, female having dissimilar sex chromosomes, hence the female will produce two types of eggs, gametes. Half of the gamete will carry Z sex chromosome and half of the gametes or eggs will carry another sex chromosome, namely W. So here, female is not only heteromorphic with regard to the sex chromosomes, but this will produce two different types of gamete, two different types of eggs. And hence here the female is heterogamatic. Female is heterogamatic, whereas male, it produces identical sperms. Because the two sex chromosomes present here, they are homomorphic, they are similar, and hence the male will produce these sperms, all are uniform, all are same. Hence, male here, it is called homogamatic. It is homogamatic. So here, the situation, it is exactly converse to the earlier two types. In the earlier two types of mechanisms, female is homogamatic and male is heterogamatic. In either case, female is homogamatic and male is heterogamatic. But here, female is heterogamatic and male is homogamatic. Now, this type of sex determining mechanism is called ZWZZ type. Now, one more sex determining mechanism is ZOZZ type. ZOZZ type. Now, this type of sex determining mechanism, it is it occurs in certain insects, such as butterflies and moths. Butterflies and moths, they have this sex determining mechanism, ZO, ZZ type. Now here also, in this ZO, ZZ type of sex determining mechanism, here female is heterogametic. Female has, in this mechanism, female is denoted as ZO. That is, female has only one sex chromosome, that is Z. The another sex chromosome is absent here, it is lacking. So therefore, the sex chromosomal configuration, in the case of female here, it is ZO. So it has only one sex chromosome. So here the diploid number is odd, very much like XXXO type, where male has odd number of chromosomes and female has even number of chromosomes, but here exactly converse. Now here female has odd number of chromosomes. The female has only one sex chromosome, and hence the female here is denoted as SZO. It has only one sex chromosome. So as a result here, when gamete formation takes place, when eggs are being produced by this female, half of the eggs will carry this sex chromosome, and the other half of the eggs, they do not have any sex chromosome, they have only the autosomes. Hence, female here is again heterogametic. So female produces two different types of gametes, that is heterogametic. Now the male, now here the male, it has two similar sex chromosomes, that is ZZ. So it has a pair of sex chromosomes, hence here the diploid number is even number of chromosomes, diploid number of chromosomes, because the sex chromosomes here, they are present in pair, but here the sex chromosomes, it is unpaired, only one sex chromosome, that is Z. But here there are a pair of sex chromosomes, and the sperms produced by this male, they are all uniform, they are all same, all will carry one sex chromosome, that is Z. And hence here it is homogametic. So female is heterogametic and male is homogametic as here. So in these two mechanisms, the mechanism is exactly converse to the earlier two mechanisms. So here, in the case of butterflies and moths, the mechanism is ZO, ZZ type. ZO makes the offspring to become female, and ZZ makes the offspring to become male. Hence, female always has odd number of chromosomes and the male has even number of chromosomes. Now here, when an offspring is produced, if it is produced by the fusion of sperm with Z chromosome and egg with the Z chromosome, the offspring will get two Z chromosomes, then the sex will be male. And when a fly is being born, by the fertilization of egg without any sex chromosome and with a sperm with Z, then it will have the sex chromosomal configuration ZO, then the fly will become female. So this type of mechanism, it occurs among butterflies and moths. Now one more type of sex determination mechanism. One more type of sex determining mechanism is haploid diploid mechanism. Haploid diploid mechanism. Now this haploid diploid mechanism, it is also called, this is also called haplodiploidy. So both are same. Haplodiploid mechanism, also called haplodiploidy. Now this type of sex determining mechanism occurs in bees, ants and wasps. So here bees, ants, wasps, they have this type of sex determining mechanism, that is haploid diploid mechanism. Now in this mechanism, the sex of the offspring is determined not on the basis of the sex chromosomes, but it is determined by the number of sets of chromosomes. Number of sets of chromosomes determine the sex of the zygote or the sex of the offspring. Now if the chromosome number is haploid number of chromosomes or n number of chromosomes or one set of chromosomes, then here sex will be male. Haploid number of chromosomes makes the offspring to become male, whereas the diploid number of chromosomes, two sets of chromosomes, 2n number of chromosomes, makes the offspring to become female. So this is how sex is established here. So unlike in the earlier mechanisms, here the sex is not sex is not dependent on the number or the types of the sex chromosomes, but here the sex is determined, sex is established on the basis of number of sets of chromosomes. If the offspring has only one set of chromosomes, n number of chromosomes, haploid number of chromosomes, then the sex of the individual will be male, and if the offspring has two sets of chromosomes, diploid number of chromosomes, n number of chromosomes, then it becomes female. Now we shall just examine this pattern of mechanism in bees, that is in honeybees. Now how the sex is established in these honeybees. The honeybees, they are social insects. As you know, honeybees are social insects. What do you mean by social insects? They live in groups. They live in aggregations. They live in masses. And each honeybee colony, it has a number of honeybees. It is often stated that each colony of honeybees will have, say, 20,000 to 80,000 honeybees. Now, each colony of honeybees, it has 3 castes. Three castes. And these castes, they have different functions to attend, and the entire colony sustains, exists. Now here, 3 castes of honeybees in a colony are, one is the queen bee. Now this queen bee is a potential or reproductive female. So this is a reproductive female. Now this reproductive female, it has the sole function of producing eggs, concerned with only reproduction. Now another is the drone. Now this drone, it is a male honeybee, and this male honeybee, again this is the reproductive, this is a reproductive male, produces male gametes. Now these two form the reproductive caste of the colony, honeybees colony. They have only reproductive role, reproductive function. Queen produces eggs and drones will produce sperms. Now one more caste here is worker bees. Now the worker bees, they are females. Worker bees are females, but they are non-reproductive. That is, these are sterile. They are not involved in the reproductive activity of the colony, but they are females, but they do not produce eggs. And hence they are sterile females, and these sterile females, they are called workers because they are engaged in all the works of the colony. They all attend to the various functions of the colony except reproductive function. Except reproductive function, all other functions of the colony are being carried out by this caste, that is worker bee. So these are the 3 castes which form a honey bee colony, and queen only one, usually one queen per colony, drone. Several honeybees are in this form, drone, and plenty of the honeybees, they are in the form of worker. Now here, genetically, what are they? Now, female is diploid, queen. Queen bee is a diploid fly. It has 2 sets of chromosomes. Drone, it has a haploid number of chromosomes. It has only n number of chromosomes. And worker, it is also diploid. So queen bee is diploid, 2n number of chromosomes. Drone is haploid, only n number of chromosomes. And here the worker, it is diploid, having 2n number of chromosomes. Now the diploid number in honeybees, diploid number in honeybees is 32. So the queen bee, which is a reproductive female, it has diploid number of chromosomes, and the diploid number of chromosomes is 32. Now here the drone bee, drone is it is a male. It is a male, and it has a haploid number of chromosomes, that is 16, and both are reproductive individuals. So queen is a potential female, reproductive female, diploid, having 32 number of chromosomes. Drone is a reproductive male involved in reproductive activity of the colony, but genetically this is haploid. It has only n number of chromosomes, half of the chromosome present here. Now this queen produces the eggs. Now always the gametes, here eggs, they are being produced by meiotic division. And you know, during meiosis the chromosome number will be reduced to the half. So always meiosis will result in new cells with the haploid number of chromosomes, n number of chromosomes. So here the eggs will have 16 chromosomes, n number of chromosomes, half of this 32. Now this is because this is brought about by meiosis. It is the meiosis that produces the eggs, and they will have half the number of chromosomes, n number of chromosomes. Now here the drone or the male, it produces the sperms. Now the sperms are being produced by the drone. The sperms are also the male gamete, and again in the case of male during gamete formation, it is again by meiosis, so that the chromosome number will be reduced to the half, and gamete will have half the number of chromosomes or n number of chromosomes or haploid number of chromosomes. But here, the male itself being haploid, male itself has only one set of chromosomes and n number of chromosomes. So during sperm formation, during spermatogenesis here, an unusual mechanism takes place. In other words, the spermatogenesis that occurs here, it is unusual. It is not by usual process of meiosis, but here this is produced by, it is produced by mitosis, equational division, and as a result of unusual process of mitosis here that occurs in the case of male at the time of sperm formation, because the mitosis will produce the new cells with the same number of chromosomes. So therefore here, the sperms that are being produced will have the same number of chromosomes as the male, that is 16. So a very unusual type of spermatogenesis takes place in the case of male honeybees, drone, and that produces the sperms with the same number of chromosomes, that is 16. Now, when the egg is being fertilized by the sperm, by normal process of fertilization, the zygote will get 16 from the eggs and 16 from the sperm, the chromosomes. Total will be 32. So, diploid number of chromosomes will appear in the offspring, in the zygote. So, as a result, this offspring or zygote, its sex will be female. So, such zygote, the sex becomes female, and this female, either it can be a queen or it can be worker. So, usually it becomes a worker because queen is already present. So, it will produce offsprings which are female because it has diploid number of chromosomes. Now, this egg often it undergoes development without fertilization, without fusing with the sperm. The egg with 16 number of chromosomes, it undergoes a type of development, and this is called parthenogenesis. So, by parthenogenesis, so what do you mean by parthenogenesis or parthenogenetic development? Now, parthenogenesis is the pattern of development where an young one appears, develops without the regular process of fertilization. So, often eggs without fertilization, they directly develop into a new individual, and this type of development, which is unusual, uncommon, and this is called parthenogenesis or parthenogenetic development. And here, as a result of parthenogenesis or parthenogenetic development, the offspring will have only the n number of chromosomes, that is haploid number of chromosomes, and here the sex of this offspring will be male. So, this is how sex is going to be determined in the case of honeybees, where the female will have diploid number of chromosomes and male will have haploid number of chromosomes. And this diploid number makes the individual to become female and usually a worker bee, and haploid number of chromosomes will make the individual to become male, that is drone. So, this is how the sex determining mechanism works, operates in the case of honeybees. Now, with regard to the honeybees, two unique features can be recognized. Now, the two unique features related with the sex determination in the case of honeybees is: one, males are being haploid and they produce sperms, the male gametes, not by meiosis but by mitosis. This is one. So, one unique feature in sex determining mechanism among honeybees is: one, males being themselves haploid, when they produce sperms which are also haploid, it is not by meiosis but it is by mitosis. This is one. The second peculiarity, second uniqueness that we find in the case of honeybees is, always these males, they do not have father. So, this is the male, it has no father, and thus it will not have sons. So, in the case of honeybees, the males do not have father and thus they do not have sons. But however, they have grandfather and grandsons. They have grandfather and grandsons. You just work out and it will be very clear. So, these are the two unique features associated with the sex determining mechanism in honeybees. One, males produce male gamete, sperms, by mitosis. Second, males do not have father and thus do not have sons, but however they have grandfathers and grandsons. So this is about the different mechanisms of sex determination among different groups of animals.